They're trying to see how far they can go before they break you. Some people try to fill you out and see how far they can go before they actually break you. There are some people who actually try on purpose to challenge you because they feel like they can mess with you in some way. But when you are the type of woman who does not come off as the kind of woman who is more aggressive or problematic, but yet you have a very strong backbone, you have a lot of mental and spiritual strength, you often have that strength under wraps that people don't even see, all because you present in a feminine and soft way. When you are like that, people will see how far they can go, see how much they can try you before you break. And the goal is to never break. See, when you're dealing with people like that, the last thing you want to do is give them the impression that somehow they are getting under your skin, that they are getting in your head, and that they are messing with your emotions. As grown, confident, wise women, we do not allow people to get the best of us. Yes, we are human, so we will feel attacked. We will often feel like somehow people are coming at us in some way. Sometimes we'll feel like we're losing the battle. And yet, you still have to be able to stand resilient as a woman in order to stand your ground and not let people take advantage of you. Because some people take your feminine softness, they take your spirituality, they take all of that as a weakness when it is not. So what you need to do is to, number one, make sure you stand in your confidence. When you're dealing with people who want to try you and want to see how far they can go to break you, the last thing you want to do is run away. As a woman, I have no problem making other people feel uncomfortable when they are trying me. And what I mean by that is that when somebody is trying to break you down and intimidate you and make you feel like you don't belong, that's when you stay in that space. That's when you deliberately get into the environment where they are. Now, I'm not saying if somebody is in an environment where you don't want to be, where they're doing something harmful or hurtful, you don't want to put yourself in harm's way. But I mean, for example, let's say you're in the workplace and you're dealing with jealous, catty, miserable, mean-spirited women who feel like they can use numbers, because some women use humiliation tactics with the group mentality, with the group bullying. They get all together to try to intimidate other women. That is not the time for you to scurry off and give them what they want. That is the time for you to stand your ground. As a woman, you cannot let other people think that you are easily scared off. And this is not about proving to somebody. This is about proving to yourself as a woman. See, you belong everywhere. And if you let people think for a minute that they somehow have some kind of power over you where they can just run you off, then you will always lose. You will always feel like you're living life on somebody else's terms. You will always feel like you are holding somebody else to a higher standard than you hold yourself. You will always be looking at other people as if they're better than you, as if they have something over you. And when you give them that, that gives people more ammunition to come at you and to, quote, try you. So as a woman, you have to always stand in your confidence. So I'll give you that work example. If you're in a workplace where you have women who are bullies and they like to get together in those numbers and humiliate and try to bully and sabotage and intimidate you as a woman, you cannot make sure that you just stay by yourself. You need to be in that space. You have to show yourself that they are no better than you, that they don't have anything over you, and that you belong there just as much as they do, especially if you want to be there. And a workplace, that's attached to your money. And I strongly believe that you don't let anybody run you away from your money. If you need to be in that workplace to pay your bills, to accomplish your goals or what have you, you don't let some women run you out of there because they're looking intimidating and they're trying to make you feel as if you don't belong. You have to be the woman that has that main character energy, as they say. You have to be that woman that's so confident and assured of herself in the workplace that people can feel that. And sometimes it'll come off as you somehow making people feel uncomfortable. But in my opinion, when you make other people feel uncomfortable, when they're trying to make you feel uncomfortable, you are doing something right. Now, if everybody else is happy and you're sitting there feeling like you're the most horrible person, there's something wrong with you, people don't like me, you start having your own pity party. That's what they want. They want you to get introspective and think that you are the problem, that there's something wrong with you. And you see this kind of mentality often with people who are bullies and seek to take advantage and intimidate other people, especially other women. When women want to make other women feel like they don't belong, they will use intimidation factors, intimidation tactics in order to make another woman feel like she does not belong. But ladies, when you're in that environment, you have to stand 10 toes down and let them know that mentally, spiritually, you are grounded and that you're not going anywhere. And it might feel uncomfortable because when you're trying to remain calm, remain cool, not let your anxiety take over, not let that nervousness take over, it will feel uncomfortable. But again, you are training yourself to be confident amidst the wolves. And what's happening, because when people desire to try you and to break you and to see how far they can go with you, they want you to always feel like there's something wrong with you, and you can't give them that. So number one, you stand in your confidence as a woman and remember that you belong everywhere you want to be. And nobody has the right to drive you out of there. And if somebody feels uncomfortable with your presence, that is their problem. You have to really understand that as a woman. Number two, when you want to deal with people who want to see how far they can go, how much they can try you, learn how to be private. A lot of women suffer from secondhand embarrassment, or you end up feeling embarrassed later on when you allow bullies, mean-spirited bullies, people who want to intimidate you and make you feel like you don't belong, people who want to try to test you. And often they'll do this by asking you unnecessary questions. As women, have you ever dealt with other women who you know for a fact don't really like you like that? Normally they're giving you nasty looks. Normally you hear little sideline conversations about yourself, and yet they always want the deets on your life. They always want some kind of details about you. They call themselves trying to make conversation and be nice, but actually they're just trying to pull things out of you so they can have something to talk about. They're trying you. They want to see how far they can go with you before they break you in some way. That's when you get more quiet. Do not allow your nervousness in that moment to give them ammunition to use against you at a later date. People who want to see how far they can go before they can break you, they often try to pull things out of you that's none of their business. Women are good for this, especially catty, conniving, jealous, sneaky women who are bullies at heart. They often try to use certain women to pull things out of them under the guise of being fake nice so that they can use those things against you later. You as a woman have to peep when somebody is genuine and when somebody is not being genuine. When somebody is asking you a question that's inappropriate, a question that is out of line, a question that really isn't called for in this moment, you have to have enough self-awareness and discernment to realize when somebody's just playing in your face and they really don't care. They just want to use this information against you at a later date. That's another thing people will do. And it's not just women, it's men and women alike. But mainly you see women do these kind of things. When they don't like you or they're trying you in some way, they're trying to get under your skin, trying to break you in some way. Suddenly they become the FBI of your life, where they want to know everything about you. They get so intrigued by you and then stop talking to you. But then you start hearing things about yourself. Get more private. Do not give ladies information, especially in the workplace. Do not give jealous, catty, conniving women your information so that they can use those things against you at a later date. And then when somebody is trying to break you, when they're trying to break your confidence, when they're trying to see how far they can go to break you, they will often try to get in the way of different opportunities that might come to you. Some people who don't like to see other people win, they will deliberately try to set out to get in the way of the opportunities that you have available to you. You often see this in families with jealous, hating, envious women, moms, aunties, and it's sad to say that there are some mothers who are actually so jealous of their daughters that they will actually try to step in the way of a daughter moving into a better environment, having a better relationship, having better career opportunities. And it could all be because she was not allowed the same opportunities. When a mother is jealous of her daughter to the point that she puts you down every second that she gets, because this is the way that a mother tries her grown adult daughter. She actually, especially if she knows you're winning in life and she sees you happy and thriving, you have to expect, if the mother is jealous, which in of itself is weird, but these things happen. When a mother is jealous of her daughter, she's always trying to break you down to size. She's always trying to get you to think like you should feel bad for the blessings, for the opportunities that you have, for the relationship that you have. And a lot of times it's because they were never given that opportunity, or let's just keep it real. Some mothers, some women, the way they were raised by other toxic mothers, other toxic people, and somehow that bypassed you and they don't understand it. They don't like it. You have more class and decorum than what they have, and now they're seeing you as somebody that is a threat to them. Yes, you have this in families, you have this between mothers and daughters, especially when you don't fit the typical aesthetic of what the rest of the family looks and sounds like. If you are the kind of woman that uses common sense and you don't accept toxicity, they will definitely try you. They will try to get at your money. They will try to get at your lifestyle. Look, sometimes they even try to come at the kids. It's very weird dynamic. But these are other ways that women in your own family will try you. And ladies, in that case, I always say, get away. Just because somebody's your family, that doesn't mean you have to deal with their toxicity, especially when somebody is constantly trying to break you. Somebody is constantly trying you to see how far they can go in their disrespect towards you, because sometimes people do take your kindness for weakness. And that's why I say never be too nice. Be kind to people, but even certain people you can't even be too kind to. You have to just shut it down and have boundaries. And what's crazy, and I just have to say how it's coming to me, some women are so savage, so ghetto, so hood, that they actually respect you more when you get down in the trenches to their level. But see, you don't want to waste your energy on people like that, because that's giving them too much power. I learned that later in life, because I always felt like, the late Eric Mays would say, when they go low, I go lower. And look, I'm saved, I have God, and I still struggle with these kind of things. Not as much as I used to, but it's like when you know that you can actually go down to the pits with somebody, you can get even lower. That's really when you're being tried and tested. And as you level up and as you have more things in your life that are worth it, you no longer have time to give your energy and your attention to toxic people. So when people are trying you, when they try to break you, when they're trying to come against you in some way and see how far they can go in their disrespect with you, they want you to get on their level. And because you don't have time for that, you don't operate that way anymore, the best line of action would be to get away. I always say that blood is thicker than water, but my spirit is thicker than blood. So if my own family aggravates my spirit, I have to get away from them. But some family members, they will try you the most with the disrespect and the blatant disregard for your boundaries. And that is not something that you want to deal with over time. Not only is it a nuisance, but it can actually harm you psychologically, mentally, emotionally. It can take you off track spiritually. Look, you might find yourself at one point, you were very close to God. You were living very holy, very spiritual. And now all of a sudden you've been around family members who are always trying you, who are always trying to get you into the trenches with them. And now you forgot about God. Now you forgot about living your peaceful life. Now you're always on guard against them. Feminine, wise, confident women cannot always live on guard. I'm not saying in the world you have to be aware. I mean on guard from known threats. It's not wise to continue to tolerate people who you know are a problem for you. We are called to live in peace. And how can you live in peace when you're constantly tolerating people who like to live in chaos? You just can't do that. So, as wise women, you also have to protect yourself from people who want to try you by removing yourself. Never be afraid to dismiss yourself from the presence of toxic, negative people. I'm not saying people you have an argument, nothing's perfect. I mean people who get a kick out of testing your patience, out of testing your spirituality, out of testing your gangster, if you will. You know what I mean? Like some people, they want to bring you back to that side of yourself that you let go, and you just can't do that. So some people, when they want to test your patience and see how far they can go in breaking you, in disrespecting you, they will try to break your confidence. They will try to bully you. They want you to feel like you don't belong, and they want you to feel bad about your gifts, about your blessings, about your life. And you cannot let them have that. So make sure that you're aware when somebody is always testing you and trying you, and do things that make you feel comfortable and confident. Don't let people shake your confidence. Remove yourself from them people. And that goes for the job too. Don't ever think that you're stuck at a job. I know in today's economy, a lot of people are holding jobs on high pedestals, but in this age that we live in, where women are finding more feminine ways, more softer ways to make money, you don't always have to tolerate a toxic job. Again, for me, just the way I see it, I know everybody doesn't think this way, but a lot of times we give these jobs and we give people in general too much power. And these jobs are not your God. You know, these jobs, these people in your family, they're not God. They're just people. And when you realize that, and you realize they're no better than you, that they're human just like you, that they have to do the same things in essence that you do, then you stop pedestalizing people and caring so much about what they think, and you live your life a little bit more freely. So, ladies, like and subscribe to this channel, share this content, get the books How to Be a Feminine Woman, The Blueprints, Girl on Girl Wars, a book on jealousy and envy towards women, and then How to Detox from Toxic People. Those are all books that you can find in our Amazon store. And if you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.